my final piece of work, I chose to do a football match as I could show the different skills I have learnt over the year. One of the best pieces of my work was my research. This was because I found out a lot about how a football match is made and edited. I could also do research on one of my favourite subjects. This was fun as I am really into football and already had a lot of knowledge on it. I had to do different pre-production to others as I was shooting a piece that I did not know the outcome. One piece of work that I would have liked to improve would have been my script. As I was recording in the radio studio, I found that I had a few mistakes in it. The way I will improve this next time will be checking through my work more clearly. One new skill that I have learnt is how to use Photoshop to create something for a video or a media piece. The first part of filming on the green screen went very well with me getting what pictures I wanted. Secondly, the actual filming went amazingly well. With the weather just being right, everyone turned up on time, everyone was cooperative and everyone helped with cameras and filming. One thing I would have changed would have been the scoreline, as one team dominated the game, making the game less exciting. On the whole, I think that this was easily my best piece of work and it was reflected on my skill. The radio recording went very well. One thing that I would have changed would have been scripting the whole piece of radio, as my correspondent got some of the players' names muddled up. I would love to go into sports media after seeing my potential. Editing went okay. This is because my work was nearly lost to a corrupt file, but I luckily recovered it. I was happy with my final edit, with the effects I used. I would have preferred to use different music, but YouTube took it down for copyright, so I ended up using my second choice song that I was okay with. One of my favourite edits was on the GoPro in the goal. This added an extra something to my work that will get me that higher mark. Did you meet your stated aims? Yes, I do believe I met my aims. Yes, my aim was to make a real looking football match and lots of people said it did look real. How does your work compare with your chosen practitioner? My work would maybe be a bit different to someone like Bill Bigwood would produce, as it's not really how BBC Sports would do it, but with the commentary and the layout of the goals and the substitutions that I did. Does the finished product appeal to the target audience? Yes, I do think that my work does appeal to my target audience. There was a lot of actions, but on the other hand, I found that my audience fast forward the game as it went on for a long time. What would you do differently if you had a larger unlimited budget? I would have more cameras for more angles of the game. I would have played the match for longer and had a longer edit so I could show more than just the goal. What would you do differently next time? Change the teams so that there would be more action. Have more in-goal shots with the GoPro and less cuts so you don't just see the goal and the shot in the match. Because lots of mine were just goals going in, but I would have loved to have build-up play to the goals, but I just didn't have the space available. And I would have scripted the commentary for the radio. I'm going to do a bit of analysis like I did with the match of the day game in my research. I'm going to analyse just before the first goal goes in at 1 minute 50. I will start and will work my way through in specific parts of the game. Just before the goal, I used a high angle camera to show the build up to the goal. I did this so that the audience was surprised when the goal went in. The commentators raise their voice when the mistake is made to make an atmosphere. The commentators guide the audience through the goal and the replay. One mistake that I did make was that I cut from the replay straight back to the goal going in. But overall, I think this is my favourite part of the whole piece, my favourite part of the edit. Now I'm going to go forward in time to 2 minutes 55 where FC Original are about to have a shot. The commentators yet again guide the audience through the move. When the player has a shot, the commentators raise their voice to tell the audience that the player is going to have a shot. What I also like with this bit here is that I had a high shot, then changed to an over the shoulder shot of the players, so you could sort of see the goalkeeper's reaction and the goal, where he's going to shoot. When we go later on into the match, when the fight starts at 6 minutes 57, at the start of the fight we have a close-up of Lucas going off the pitch, then the camera angle goes high to a view of the fight. I did this because in my research, a match of the day, when there was a fight the camera was high then panned in to the shot. This was to create tension and the audience could see all the action. I also had an over-the-shoulder shot in there so that the audience could see the players' reaction to the fight and the referee, and yeah, just close-ups of tracking the action. Now I'm going to show you something that I am less impressed in. At the time of 7 minutes 43, the free kick. It starts off with a good over-the-shoulder shot, then it cuts to a high view of the free kick. Then what I'm not happy with is that I cut at the free kick was taken, ruining the effect. My overall favourite bit of my work was the music at the end, the music and the highlights of the game, because I thought that really worked and it could show people the game in really short space of time, and I was happy that it sort of went with the music as it went along. Overall, I'm happy with my final edit and it turned out looking professional. Overall, I believe that this is my best piece of work all year, and this has come from the skills I've learned throughout the year. One thing that has definitely changed, my pre-production and research, which I think has come out really well. But I do admit there was a few mistakes that I can see and would change if I did it again. I really enjoyed doing this unit. I found it really interesting. In places it was hard, like trying to get everyone at the same location at once. Also, I've nearly lost my work, and that was very stressful. With the size of my idea, I was happy with the outcome.